when it was that I died. Remember, that's what you're trying to prove right now. That was the one single question that I agreed to answer. But you're getting sidetracked. All this talking about poison is irrelevant. You don't have time to waste talking about me, asking me pointless questions that you already know the answer to anyway. Get to the part where you tell me when I lied. If you don't, then you'll die with regrets. Cough, cough, cough. See? He he he. She was right. I already knew the answer to that question. If what Mia said was true, that she never lied during the course of the lunch break, then the answer was clear. Mia really did enjoy watching me and the others ingest the poisoned food, and then succumb to its effects. After all, I was right there when she started cracking up after the others had taken a turn for the worst. In fact, if I recalled correctly, the exact moment she really cranked up the volume was when one girl asked her to teach her how to make ravioli after they got released from the hospital. That actually was kind of funny, in a horrifically morbid kind of way. But now was not the time to start thinking like that. There wasn't enough time to question these minor details. I hated the thought of referring to my friends' deaths as minor details, but I was running on borrowed time. I'd make it up to them in heaven later. For now, I had to prove that Mia was guilty of lying. Unless my memory was failing me, I knew exactly where and when it happened. Alright, Mia. You want me to get back on track? That's what I'll do. Stay tuned because I'm about to blow your decisive veil clean off. Better hurry. After all, time is a factor, Tristan. Hey, speak for yourself. Hee hee hee. Alright, mouth shut and ears open, it's time to finish this. Let's fast forward a couple of hours to the time when the others started displaying symptoms from the poison. You and I were at that point, remained completely unaffected. Me, because for some reason, the poison hadn't taken effect yet. And you because you never poisoned to begin with. Poison? Don't you mean virus? Hee hee hee. Shut up. You seemed like the virus at the time. Give me a break. Anyway, when things started getting worse for the others, you and I left the classroom to call for help. I tried to call an ambulance on my phone, but the battery had died. I was about to go back into the classroom and borrow a phone from the others, but as you no doubt recall, I never did. Do you know why that is, Mia? It's because right at that moment, when I was about to open the door, you stopped me. I turned to you, and you said that I didn't need to do anything. And then you ran down the hallway to get help. And a few minutes later, you came back, and when I asked you if any help was coming, you said it was on the way. Only it never came, did it, Mia? The help that you called for never showed up. Now, why do you suppose that is? Allow me to explain. It's because you never went for help. You never called for an ambulance. You told me that help was coming, when in reality it wasn't. Ergo, Mia, you lied. Mia had gone completely silent. This was it. She was finished. Her veil of deception had been lifted, torn to pieces, and thrown into the wind. I had won. Now it was time to receive my prize before I crossed over to the other side. Okay, Mia. A deal's a deal. It's time for answers. So start talking. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. The room was suddenly filled with the sound of uproarious laughter. Mia had totally snapped. That is, more so than before, given the fact that she was already a homicidal maniac who murdered my friends. But still, it was kind of cool. I felt like I was in one of those movies where the good guy effortlessly reveals the villain's evil plans. And then suddenly, the once composed villain completely loses his cool and goes on a tirade about how his plan was supposed to work. And judging by the way Mia was laughing, her calm demeanor had completely obliterated. I knew it wouldn't be long before she broke down and told me everything I wanted to know. I just hoped that she was a fast talker. I could feel my insides starting to boil up again. My time was almost up, but I refused to die until Mia came clean. Let's get in on this while I still have a pulse, Mia. Settle down and tell me why you lied. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hee hee hee. No. What do you mean, no? No means no. I'm not telling. What? Cough, cough, cough. We had a deal. If I exposed your lies, you would answer my question. That's right. I know what I said. But it looks like Tristan still doesn't. Enough games, Mia. I know, and you know it. You have to keep your promise. But tell me you lied about keeping your promise, did you? I didn't lie. Fine, then tell me what I want to know. I won't. Why not? Cough, cough, cough. Because Tristan still hasn't told me when I lied. I'm under no obligation to tell you anything yet. What are you talking about? Weren't you listening just now? You lied when we went to go get help, and and then you told me that help was on the way. Oh, dang it. Didn't want to open that. Cough, cough, cough. Leg. Come on, Mia. Enough stalling. Hurry up and tell me. Tell me what I want, what I deserve to know. Sigh. It's so sad. Tristan doesn't realize what he's saying is wrong. He doesn't even remember what he wants me to confess about anymore. There's no point to any of this now. Unbelievable. I had completely blown the lid off Mia's lies, and yet she just looked at me while I was some pitiful animal and told me it was all for nothing. Why? Why won't you tell me? Was I just naive in thinking that you could keep your word? Was there really never any chance that you were going to confess if you lost? Tristan. I said that I would answer your question if you could tell me when it was that I lied. I haven't gone back on my word. If that's true, Mia, then why won't you answer my question? Because you haven't proven anything yet. All you've managed to do is overanalyze the scenario and draw conclusions based on your own misinterpretations. It's ironic. All's trying to prove that I lied to you. You've ended up lying to yourself. That can't be. That's not true. I don't understand what you mean. Where? Where did I make a mistake? How did I get it wrong? What did I misinterpret? Me. Huh? The one thing you completely misinterpreted was me. Let's reassess the scenario. When we left the classroom after your friends had gotten sick, you attempted to phone for help. But then you realized that the batteries in your phone had died. At which point, you attempted to return into the classroom and use one of your friend's phones. Right, which is when you stopped me and told me that I didn't need to do anything. Then you ran for help. And when you came back, I asked you if help was coming, and you said yes it was. You're doing it again, Tristan. You're getting ahead of yourself. You need to go over the facts more thoroughly. Don't just jump to conclusions, or you'll just end up making more mistakes. Please be quiet and let me finish. This was just wrong. I was being criticized by my own killer. One minute she was laughing like a maniac. Next, she's calm, collected, and lecturing me on the importance of analyzing the facts. Apparently, Mia had the ability to lose and regain her composure at will. Was this really the same girl who, just yesterday, was falling to pieces over a scratch on my knee? It didn't seem that way anymore. As I was saying, when you attempted to return to the classroom, that was when I stopped you. At which point I said, and I quote, "No need to do that," followed by, "I'll be back shortly." Now, you assume that both of those sentences were in relation to the same topic, which was recalling for help. However, they weren't. What do you mean? As I've been saying from the start, you misinterpreted what I was saying or doing. When I stopped you from going inside, it wasn't because I intended to call for help myself. I knew that it would be too late before any help arrived. The boys would have already killed your friends. Though, not you, apparently. Still, there wouldn't have been anything the doctors could do to save you. And let's face it, you wanted us to die. That's the real reason you stopped me. Right. And then you said that you would be back shortly and then took off. Leaving me to believe that you were going to call for help. But in reality, you were simply trying to trick me into thinking that. Sigh. I said that those two sentences were sentences were unrelated, remember? Even so, you may not have said that you were going for help, but you still managed to mislead me. How you chose to interpret my actions was entirely your own fault. Well then, tell me, Mia. If you didn't simply run away to throw me off, then what did you run away for? Mia reached into her school bag and pulled out a pair of scissors. They were soaked with blood. I knew that it couldn't have come from my friends because Mia had never gotten close to their bodies. That could only mean one thing. Eliminating anyone who could have passed by and attempted to assist us. Correct. Mia placed the scissors back into her bag. So, how many people did you slaughter before you returned? Let's move on. She completely dismissed my question and returned to the case at hand. Now, not that I had any leeway to get sidetracked now, anyway. I'm sorry, whoever it was that Mia killed. If you're in heaven, go see my friends. I'll meet up with you shortly and make it up to you then. Let's summarize. I told you not to go into the classroom because I wanted your friends to die. I told you I'd be back, and then I ran away in order to locate and kill any potential intruders. But at no point during or after that time frame did I say anything that would suggest I was doing something else. Nor did I ever try to manipulate you into thinking that I was doing anything other than what I was doing. Any assumptions you made were the result of the conclusions that you had came to on your own. I didn't lie. Oh. No. Are you absolutely sure about that, Mia? Absolutely. Positively sure. Let's not forget that last portion of that little scenario. The part where you returned and asked if you were able to get help. I haven't forgotten anything. But it's obvious that you have. Oh, have I now? Yes. Because if you hadn't forgotten, the two of us had not been having this conversation right now. How do you figure? Think for a moment. Did things really play out the way you envisioned them? Did I really say that the help was on the way? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you did. You don't seem to be sure of yourself, Tristan. Wait a minute. You're trying to trick me now, aren't you? You've been feeding me all this crap about never trying to mislead me, and yet here you are trying to pull it off right now. That in itself qualifies as lying. It would, if I really was trying to trick you. But I'm not. I'm really trying to get you to reassess the scenario more thoroughly. Am I blank? You're just trying to throw me off track again. I'm not. Nor have I ever. You think I told you that help was on the way? But I didn't. I never even so much as mentioned the word help. Enough of this beating around the bush, Mia. If you're so sure I'm wrong, then help get the record straight. What did you say to me when you returned to the classroom? When I came back, you asked me, what's the verdict? In relation to your presumption that I had called for help, and I replied, people will come soon. Huh? Ha ha ha. So I was right. I was right all along. You did lie. You said that people were coming, but they didn't. They never came. It wasn't true. That was a lie. You lied. And that means I win. I win, Mia. And that means you have to tell me what I want to know. Come on, out with it. Tell me. Tell me, Mia. Tell me everything. Tell me now. Ah ha ha ha. Cough, cough, cough. Ah ha 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 ha. Cough, cough, cough. Ah ha 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 ha. Cough, cough, cough. Ah ha 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 ha. Cough, cough, cough. Wow, my character likes to laugh a lot. Crash. When the night ends and a new day begins, the school will be full with students again. They will open the doors to this room, and they will see you, Tristan, and your friends lying on the floor together, as all good friends do. In other words, people will come soon and find your corpses. Like I said, Tristan, I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Bad end. Oh my gosh, that was actually really good right there. I think that's the best choice we made all game. But even though it ended with a bad end, depending on how long this recording was, it's probably gonna be split up in like 2 or 3 parts, maybe 4. I don't know. But I gotta say, guys, I bet that's a thing you enjoyed. Except for the parts where I messed up at times. But that was just, it was unbelievable. I actually like that ending, even though it was a bad one. Seeing that ending, I want to know what the good ending is. Well, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Goodbye.